with the Hattrick Masters campaign reaching its climax just a few days ago and crowning a new champion, it's a great time to see what's what. Hey guys, I'm Uncle-Mish, and the Hattrick Masters is the pinnacle of all Hattrick Masters campaigns and competition every season. The best teams going there, the champions and the cup holders from each country except Hattrick International, will go to the Hattrick Masters competition to see who has the biggest and strongest team in Hattrick. So it's very interesting to check the thought process of the best managers, to show you the matches from the last stages of the competition, and to see a few upsets and anecdotes throughout the Hattrick Masters of Season 72. Also, I will close a small bet that I have to you from last season. Me and Daniel weren't able to conclude the semi-final and the final of Season 71, and I'll do it at the end of the video as well. So without further ado, just know that you have timestamps for every stage of the video. If you'll just want to check it out in the description below and skip ahead to the things you want to see the most. So let's get started and see what's happened in this season's Hattrick Masters. The biggest upset in the competition occurred in round number 5 when the Hong Kongian team Engine Sound Football Club beat Breeze, the Russian powerhouse, 8-2. And I'm just amazed by the end result. Looking at the ratings, the match should have been quite equal, with Breeze scoring 509 headsets to 499 of Engine Sound. The Trick Engine Sound pool were a very successful man marking at the beginning of the game, which gave them ball possession, and with their nice center attack they were able to take the lead, which forced a few substitutions from the side of Breeze, neglecting the right defensive side, and in the second half Engine Sound were lucky to get more opportunities there and score even further. Chance distribution gave them 8 normal chances to only 3 of Breeze, because 3 of the Breeze attack were special events and they were only managed to score once. And how good this Russian powerhouse is, you're asking? So, just for instance, Breeze won the Trophy of Legends of Season 6 and also the Supporter Week Trophy of League 14. In round number 3 against a very strong long shot team, they produced a center attack of 27.5 with 22.5 on the side. And in round number 2, they scored and got the highest head stats of all Hattrick Masters campaign, 608 head stats against Sinan Tahiti, and 608. This is just an amazing number for a neutral stadium. Amazing, and that's the biggest upsets of this competition. In the quarterfinal, we had a few interesting matches. Long shot teams considered to be pretty strong in the elimination competitions, and the 2 remaining long shot teams faced each other in this very crucial match. The Liars were playing against Motorola and taking midfield control. It was all about long shots and special events. Eventually, the Liars, with the better possession, won this game 4-3 to advance into the semi-finals. Koiralan Koirat played against Mahatma Memorial, and that's the second time those teams face each other in the Hattrick Masters. Mahatma winning the previous one, but this time Koirat got the revenge. The ratings were very close in this game, and I would even consider Mahatma being slightly favored, but eventually Koiralan Koirat won this game to advance to the next stage. Engine Sound, who beat Breeze in the biggest upset of the Hattrick Masters, this time they weren't strong enough and they lost to St. Pauli United. In this game they had pretty nice ratings overall, but it just wasn't good enough and they were destroyed 4-1. And in the last game, last season's champion Centrop, and we'll talk about last season's final matches later on. So they played against Gajina Gogo, and against this counterattack they were just stronger and took the game. It was only 2-1, but it was enough to advanced to the semi-final. The semi-finals were interesting as hell when last season Centrop were to play Liars, the remaining longshot team, and St. Pauli were to play Skoiralan Koirat. Let's try to break down the games. In the game Centrop against the Liars, they faced each other in the midfield for a big midfield clash, 20.5 midfield from each side. Centrop tried to break the defense of the longshot team with a 23 attack in the center and 16 on the sides. Just remember the huge attack Breeze produced against the longshot team, that was 27. So here 22.75, almost 23, and both teams chose to man mark. Liars man mark the forward of Centrop, and Centrop man mark the inner midfielder of the Liars, gaining midfield control. From there, Liars were just unlucky. They didn't get any long shot and they didn't score any goals. Centrop scoring twice, advancing to the second final in a row. In the other game, St. Pauli were playing against Koiralan Koirat, and the game started with Koirat having the better midfield, also blocking two defensive sides and winning two attacking sides, which made them favorite. But then St. Pauli man mark, and Koiralan Koirat missed their man marking in this game. After the man marking, the attack of Koiralan Koirat was much better, but St. Pauli got a slight midfield advantage, and that was all they needed to have another small upset and to beat Koiralan Koirat 2-1. And the endgame headsets were pretty interesting. 509 for St. Pauli and 554 for the Koiralan Koirat team, and yeah, they were pretty unhappy about this, I guess. But St. Pauli advancing to their first final, hopefully it's first final. I'll have to check it, but yeah, I think it was their first final. And now we reached the final. Just to say it was a great game will not do it justice. It was just amazing, and the two managers did a fantastic job. Il Padron, the German manager with his second team, St. Pauli from Northern Ireland, and Arsenal, the Danish manager of Centrop and last season Hattrick Masters winner, played a fantastic game. They both started with a 3-5-2 formation, and the ratings of the beginning of the game were well above 600 head stats, just mind-blowing. The game started with yet another man marking from St. Pauli. Centrop didn't use this, and with this St. Pauli gained midfield control. Their attack was slightly worse in the center and the right side, and much worse than the defense of Centrop in the left side. On the other side of the field, Centrop were winning their attack in the right side and getting closer in the center, and slightly worse in the left side. In the 30th minute, Centrop took the lead with a goal from the center. 47% chance to score was enough, and they finished the first half leading 1-0. Then, at the beginning of the second half, St. Pauli equalized from their weakest side, from the left side. 27% chance to score, that was enough to equalize in the game. And then they scored their second goal from the right side with 45% chance to score in the 55th minute and took the lead 2-1. This triggered a chain of events from Centrop, going from a 3-5-2 formation in the 55th minute to a 2-5-3, the Norwegian formation, a very strong offensive formation. They are neglecting their defense, they are straightening their attack, and looking at the ratings at this point, they lost 2 levels in the midfield just to gain a superb attack. Their defense was very weak in the center and the left side, and looking at those ratings, I would say from this point, with a 2-1 lead, St. Pauli should win the game. It only took a minute after the change, and right away Centrop equalized. It was a 2-2 from the left side. An attack of 23 scored against a defense of 18. Moving forward, St. Pauli got another lead. Again, from their weakest side, 49% chance to score. They're taking the lead 3-2. This triggers a few more changes, and we are going towards the end of the game. Centrop's midfield straightening, and then in the 85th minute, with 46% possession, there was a change. It was a substitution. This time it was for St. Pauli, and this made the midfield dead equal. 50-50 in the chance in the ball possession. Both attacks are stronger, and Centrop's attack even with higher percentages to score than the attack of St. Pauli. And a goal from the right wing in the 86, right? In the 89th minute of the game. 1 minute to go. St. Pauli were smelling the trophy, and no, 89th minute, the equalizer ringing from the right side. Boom, 69% chance to score, and we are going to the overtime of the game. In the overtime, St. Pauli having slightly better midfield control. And thinking about this, we're thinking, okay, probably they were slightly favored. The game progressing, both teams getting chances, and they are missing them. And then the big thing happening in the overtime. It happened in the 111th moment of the game. A yellow card for St. Pauli and an injury for Centrop. But Centrop already exhausted all their substitutions. And at this point, they are a man down without a wing back. They are losing their wing back. Here you go, you could see it here. Ragnar Reimer, he's getting injured, and with no substitution, they are losing some power. And less midfield control, that's the most important thing, and that was enough. St. Pauli seized the opportunity. A special event, a quick special event, and yet another goal from the left side gave them the big victory. 5-3. Congratulations to the German manager Il Padron with his second team from North Ireland, St. Pauli United, winning their first Hattrick Masters. Let's just look at their Hattrick Masters trophy, because what we are all doing this for this little icon here. This little icon will remain in this team forever. Every time this manager will feel a little bit sad in his life, he could go and watch and click this icon just to see, oh yeah, you won the Hattrick Masters. Congratulations, and this will conclude Season 72 Hattrick Masters campaign. Hope you enjoyed it. You are welcome to comment. If I missed something, yeah, please tell me. I would love to hear your opinion. Maybe about upsets, other ratings, sectors, or who were your favorite. Do you think that was a match deserved to be called a Hattrick Masters final? I'm for sure think it was. Hope you enjoyed. See you in my next videos. Oh, wait. Before we go, I still have a small debt to you about last season's Hattrick Masters, Season 71, Semi-Final and Final. So, in the first match, the future champion of the Hattrick Masters, Centrop, won against Team OZA from Israel. OZA tried to play counter-attack against the Danish Beast, and he beat him with a very strong midfield and overall 593 head stats. Amazing. In the other semi-final, we had Ancient Sun. We know this guy from this year's campaign as well. Played against Die Rodenburst. Die Rodenburst playing with very strong defense and play creative, winning this game with overall ratings of 512. That was pretty nice. Reaching the final against Central. In the final, this game reached the overtime as well, so Centrop really loved those long games. Centrop wins this game 2-1. Die Rodenburst tried to man-mark him, played play creative, but this previous season, last season, it just wasn't enough. With slightly better ratings, 551 head stats for Centrop against 530 head stats for Die Rodenburst, The Danish Beast, the Danish Giant, were crowned Hattrick Masters champion for season 71. And by the way, I haven't shown you the head stats of this year's final. It was 543 for Centrop and 532 for the champion St. Pauli. So hope you enjoyed this. See you in my next video. You are welcome to like and subscribe, but just enjoy Hattrick and remember, it's more than a game, it's a community, and I'll see you around.